Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Good. So today we're supposed to see another poem for William Blake, The Tyger. And today we are honored to have, Ms. Ahlam Ambar, I know, okay. I'm very honored to have her because she's a distinguished teacher in the field of literature. And I'm honored to have her in a new fashion, a new style of teaching called co-teaching, like both of us, we are going to teach. And, after seeing your response and talking a little bit about the poem, we are going, to see her, giving a presentation or talking about the tiger. So as is the case, we need somebody to report now. I know that you submitted your reports, but some people, still they can identify. Yes, you can come and read your report.
That there is daily report till the events of the previous lecture, to make the study easier, because we remember what happened and what ideas that have discussed and the information that was provided to us. After all, last lecture was about to complement what was missing from the poem, The Sick Rose of the writer William Blake. We discussed the possibility that there will be more than one theme of the poem and more than one symbol of the sick rose. And the new thing that from now on will be Miss Ahlam Ambar in teaching the poetry with Dr. Akram. And I expect that the coming lectures will be more interesting by her attendance.
Okay, by her presence. Thank you very much. Okay, another I know you submitted, so yes, you come. I think you are lucky. You always get the chance to read. But I'll be luckier than you because I'm going to read all the reports today,
Last class was so fun.
You come here.
We even had a very special guest, Miss Ahlam. We explained the sick rose deeper. Dr. Akram asked us about our interpretation. A lot of girls had a lot of creative ideas. I liked when the teacher explained it on the teacher and the student, and vice versa. It seems that William Blake is really an intelligent man for writing such a poem with so many interpretations. I'm so excited to start even the next poem, The Tiger. It may be even more interesting than The Sick Rose.
Very good. Thank you very much. So you asked, the tiger. I know, you're ready with your response. But I want your response orally. What do you think of the tiger? Do you like the poem? You don't like it? It's easy, difficult? So tell me about your impression, yes?
Because it reminds me with our creation, and it gives me a feeling of awe from our God. And the word.
So you like it because it reminds you of the creation of Adam, how Adam was created. Very good. Thank you. Yes. Any other take on? Yes.
He wants also to add something that we have in our life, the good side and the good side and the bad side. And he tries to represent that throughout the characters. The tiger that may represent the evil in our life, and the lamb who is the cute creation.
So the lamb is the mild, innocent lamb. Yes.
Maybe represent the goodness in our life.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. We have two contradictory things. But my fear is how can we fit this later with Blake's notion of, positive notion of creation, when he said, without contraries, there are no progression. So I don't know how we can fit this, like the tiger, without the tiger we don't have the lamb, and without the lamb we don't have the tiger. You see? So hopefully, like, Ms. Ahlam is going to fit this today for us. Yes?
The thing I like in Blake's poet, the idea which he discussed, the existence of good and evil in every creature.
Good. Yes, Jihan, thank you very much.
I really liked the poem itself, like the rhyme in it, and it felt like it had the same feature. Like,
Wow.
And also the name itself.
What do you mean? It is symmetrical. It is A, B, A,
Yeah, A, B, A, B. I like that. Right.
A,
A, B,
B, B. So it's like heroic couplet. Yeah? It has to do with the symmetry itself.
And also, I like what he chose, like the tiger. It reminded me of something you said, the terrible beauty.
Wow.
Because like you have the tiger, like it's vicious, but at the same time it's beautiful, and also like as she said, there is the good side and the bad side.
Wow. So, but like you mentioned the terrible beauty, like do you have something equivalent to this? Do you have in the poem, something equivalent to this? I mean, it's an oxymoron, like, or oxymoron. Yes, you're right. It is the fearful symmetry. It is the fearful symmetry. Good. Yes?
I think it focuses on an important characteristic of romanticism, that is contemplation.
Contemplation. Contemplation, yes.
The poet here contemplates in the creature and the creator who created it in this shape.
Yeah, like it's, he's contemplating. But this is contemplating, is this contemplation like mixed with what? With which sentiments? And again, this contemplation perhaps determines how we read the poem. Because I don't know, how would you read the poem? Have you tried like to read it aloud?
It's like a song.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest, like this?
Like a song.
Huh? Is it like this? I think Khalid wants me to read it like this. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. Ola, like? Huh? Maybe? Huh? So how did you read it at home, aloud? Yes, Jihan?
To me, it felt like a lullaby. Like, for example.
Okay, you just come, yeah? You don't want to do that? So tiger, tiger, burning bright.
Like
A lullaby, I don't know, but the child will be horrified. Huh? And I don't think the tiger, it could be the rabbit, It is more convenient for a baby, not tiger, like it would be horrifying. But
You raise him up or something.
who has tried to read it aloud? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, do you want like to try like how, yes or no? You come here. It seems like the poem is very interesting.
But I'm not sure.
No, okay, let's see.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burn the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he
Aspire.
On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulders and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when the heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furence what was thy brain? What the anvil? What the anvil? What dread grasp? There the dreadly terrors grasp. When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye they reframe their fearful symmetry.
Wow, thank you very much. Yeah, but I think we need more horror. You know, we need more. I don't know. I'm in the mood of reading it. Huh? Okay. Tyger, burning bright in the first of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burn the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand, what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terror clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb made thee? Tyger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? You know, I tried, I can read it better, though. Yes, look here, how frightening. Have you ever seen a tiger?
Yes.
Where? In the zoo? On the TV? I think you are safe. But imagine yourself face to face to a tiger. Do you think you are going to say, tiger? Okay? I don't think so. Or you, tiger, you know? So, let's see how would Ahlam, what she would do with the tiger. Here, today, we are having her own interpretation, and we're going to discuss later. Thank you. You can fit this. Good.
So, Assalamu alaikum. How are you today? Okay. Actually, it gives me pleasure today to represent the tiger for you with explanation. I hope you will understand, and it will be an interesting class, inshallah. But I need your help too. Okay, so from the title, the tiger here, we need something that attracts your attention first when you read the title of the poem. It reminds you of what? What feelings did it actually bring to you? Yes? Yeah.
Evil and fright.
Evil, okay. You are? Okay. Terror.
Something majestic.
Majestic, yes. Do you want to say something? Okay.
Brave, and when he needs something or wants something, he can take it.
Okay. Yes. Courage. Okay. Yes.
Something strong or bold.
Okay, strong. Yes. Glory. Yes.
Charming.
Okay, charming. So you combine, as I see, some positive adjectives with some actually negative adjectives. What does this reflect to? Yes? The combination of the positive and the negative sides of the same creature, here, the tiger. Yes?
I think the creature should have both sides or two sides.
Yes.
Even good.
Evil and goodness. Yes, what else? Beauty and... What do we call it, actually?
Yes.
Duality.
Okay, it is a duality of what?
Of
Of two two contradictory.
Now here, as you see, we are considering the Romantic period with all its features, okay? And here we are concentrating on Blake's poem, The Tyger, one of his actually many poems, and it is, as you know, from the Songs of Experience. The other contradictory or the other complementary, let's say, poem is The Lamb, and he mentioned it in the same poem too. So you have the tiger and you have the lamb, two animals, two creatures in the same poem, right?
Yeah.
So it is binary, right? Two animals, two creatures, right? This also takes us to another thing in the Romantic period, which is nature itself. Now, as you know, the Romantics, all of them are interested in nature with all its flora and fauna, right? You know the meaning of flora, the plants, and the fauna are the animals, right? And here we have the fauna of that nature. Now, nature for the Romantics is divided into two aspects. If you return back to Edmund Burke, do you know him? No. He is a Romantic, a critic, and politician also. Now, he divided nature, or our reaction towards nature, into two categories, or two parts. I mean here, the sublime and the beautiful. Now, here, if we consider nature, right, we can divide it into two aspects. First, sublime, and the other one is the beautiful. Now, this is the first thing that we are going to consider in this poem. The other thing is, nature is equivalent to what? In the same poem too.
The tiger itself.
Two. Okay, what else? Nature is equivalent to art. Now here we have some keywords in the same poem here. Now here, as we mentioned nature first, we need to take it, okay, as a main word in our poem and then just compare it with art. Right? Now here, as you know, nature is the creation of the creator. And our poem is the creation of the poet. Right? Okay, so this is another thing. Now let's go back to the sublime and the beautiful. Now, as you mentioned here, so many adjectives describing the tiger from the first title of the poem. How you can describe the tiger from the sublime perspective? What do we mean by sublime first?
Sublime, you know, which is divine.
Or
Yeah. Yes, Jihan.
like horrifying, glorious, majestic, something really powerful, something really overwhelming, striking.
Right. So it is first stuck to God. God is sublime. Now under this, you can actually put so many adjectives. You can give, vast, dark, gloomy, terrifying. Okay? Under the word, which one?
Sublime.
Sublime. This is the first, part of nature. Now, if we go to the beautiful aspect here, what other adjectives you can give here?
Beautiful.
Tender, smooth, gentle, nice, pretty, quiet, charming, right?
Green.
Okay, green. So here, nature is not only the side of beauty, but it has some other sublime and terrifying aspects. And here, the combination. Here, the tiger. It is evidence that nature is not totally, harmonious, right? It is not only beautiful, but we have other aspects of nature too here, right? Okay, so this is the tiger. Now, if we actually go to the poem itself here, in order to go deeply inside it, if you have any difficult word, any difficult meaning, we can just explain at the beginning. Now, tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burned the fire of thine eyes? On what wings there he aspire, what the hand there sees the fire. Now if we go to the first stanza here, just give me the crucial words in it.
Yeah, the crucial, the main words.
Yeah, the main words here. Huh? Yes.
Symmetry.
Okay, symmetry, right? What else? Yes.
Immortal hand.
Immortal hand, right?
Create.
Huh, what else? Yes, Rana?
Forest of night.
Okay, forest of night. Okay, but I don't consider it as a crucial. Okay, yeah. What else?
You know, if you ask him to compare it with the, contrast it with the last stanza,
Yeah,
they might get it.
but they didn't see it, I think.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
cannot
just go-
combine
no,
it.
take
Do you
it.
have it?
Like, all right.
So just we need to explain it, and then we can go back. Yeah.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry. I'm going to read it because I know it by heart. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry?
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, could with there. So why is this actually here? Let's say, I mean, he placed there instead of could in the last stanza.
But I think the key word she's looking for is the word frame.
Yes. Mm.
Like shape or
Uh-huh.
make, create.
Yes, you are right. What else?
I think at first, like, he was suspecting the whole creation with the word could. But at last, when he was like explaining the whole like nature and the whole symmetry and the whole organization of the nature, he became like sure of the creation of the God. Like he's saying there, the dreadly cherished class.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
And here comes the comparison you made between nature and art. Because first he started talking about the creation of God and how nature was this and that and the tiger was this and that. So he said could frame.
Yeah.
And then after realizing all this complexity,
Right.
it shows that like the poet or the writer, like their frame.
That's
now
right.
It becomes more vivid.
Since it is done, I mean here, right? Okay. Now here, if you look to the first or at the first stanza, now you have first fearful symmetry. Now Dr. Akram first explained it as, or I think you and Dr. Akram, as what? It is eczema, right. Now there is a kind of combination, back to the sublime and the beautiful, again here, right? Now here we have the fearful, it is the sublime. And the word symmetry reflects what to you? It reflects beauty and balance, right? Harmony too. So a kind of organization. So two contradictory words together combined here in this line. To reflect also the character of the tiger. Okay. And also it reflects something about the character of the creator himself. The creator, right? Okay. Now the immortal hand. What is the immortal hand here? The creator, right? Whatever he is, I mean. God, somebody else, I mean, he might be Satan too, right? Or the poet himself. The poet himself. Because as we said, we consider the poem as a piece of art, right? And nature itself is a piece of art too. Okay.
Yeah, but it's very important, like, you know, this kind of creation requires two key things.
Mm-hmm.
It requires a hand,
Yeah,
which stands for craftsmanship,
that's right.
and it requires an eye, which stands for
Observation,
observation,
and right.
imagination. You know?
Yeah.
So both of them like go together. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Burning bright in the first line. For what? Burning bright. And what is it? It is what?
Fire, you know.
Asinukdek, right? What parts of the tiger burning bright? The eyes of the tiger, because it is so fearful, so terrifying. Now when you look at it, tiger, tiger, burning bright. Exactly. And here he reflects it. He actually explained the first line with the second line when he said, in the forest of the night. Now you see the eyes, I mean, more vivid In the night, more than at night, actually during the day, or in this sunlight, actually, right? Okay. Now what immortal hand? We mentioned that it is the hand of the Creator, and as Dr. Akram said, we need the hand and we need the eye, craftsmanship, and here the eye for observation of the creation itself. Now, could frame thy fearful symmetry? We explained it. In what distant deeps or skies? Now here we need to explain the words here. Now, deeps and the skies. I mean, they are paradox, but they mean what? Now here it is the creation, right? Where does it take place?
Yes, it's asking about the place.
The place here. Huh?
In heaven or hell?
Exactly, right. Very good. So in heaven or in hell. Now here the deeps, it is hell, exactly. And here we have skies, it is heaven. Now actually we don't know who is the one, again, responsible for that creation. Is it God? Is it Satan? I mean, if it is in the hell, so it will be a part of the devil.
You mean we're not sure about the place itself?
Exactly, the place and the creator too.
We're not sure about the place itself.
Yeah, the place and the creator.
Okay.
So, I mean, here, as I said so many times, yeah, exactly. I mean, our religion is not like them. They can write about so many things in actually a mysterious way. We don't know what they reflect, what actually do they mean exactly. So, we are not reflecting our Islam, right?
I don't know, however, Ms. Ahlam, I think,
Yeah.
the question, what immortal hand or eye, it presupposes, a divine creator.
It is a divine. It is a divine. Since he mentioned immortal.
So, like,
the word immortal, yeah.
We have an idea about, like the creator.
Exactly.
He's divine.
Yeah, he is divine. And this will be actually explained later on. They will know the true, again, character of the creator himself. But I mean here, since he mentioned deeps, so the creator might be, again, or the creation itself might be devil. Right? Since it is created in the hell. In the hell. Okay. Now burn the fire of thine eyes. I think it is known. But here the word fire is so important. Because actually we will talk about it later on in the other stanzas. Just keep it in your mind. Right? Okay. On what wings?
We go back to Genesis, the story of creation, because, the Satan was made of fire.
Yeah, the Satan. I will ask them actually later on which creature is made of fire. So you proceeded. Yeah, anyway. Okay.
This is the beauty of co-teaching.
Okay. On what wings dare he aspire? Now here wings indicate what? Angels, exactly. Now, who have wings? Angels, okay. There he aspire. Again, the word aspiration is totally romantic. Yeah. Inspiration and aspiration. So what the hand there sees, the fire. Also we have here, again, the fire. Now who's going to be able to seize that fire? It should be a great creature, actually a creator. A great creator. And what shoulder and what art? Now here we have the word shoulder. It reflects what here? And again we have the word art. Once again.
The hand and the eye.
Exactly.
Are elaborated.
First, and here we have the art. And we have the shoulder. Why is it shoulder? It reflects what? Huh?
Physical, spiritual, what?
Yeah. It is physical power, and actually it indicates a kind of responsibility. When we mention the part of the shoulder, I mean part of the body, the shoulder itself, it indicates a kind of what? Responsibility. The responsibility of whom towards whom? The Creator towards his creation. Right? So here we have also a kind of relationship between the Creator and the creation.
Sometimes, like the word shoulder, collocates with responsibility.
Yeah.
like they shoulder the great responsibility. You know?
Yeah,
This is like collocation in language.
exactly. Now, could it was the sinews of thy heart? Now, we are introduced first to the physical appearance of the tiger, right? Now, here, heart, it might be considered as a part of the physical body of the tiger, but it also indicates something else. I mean, the emotional side of that creature, right? It is the heart. It is the place of all our feelings, right? So here we are introduced to the physical part, then why? What does he mean by this? Try to think. Okay, they complement each other. What else?
The heart, the feelings, you know, the emotion which is needed for the creation itself. Because, you know, a creation does not go without emotion. There should be
Exactly.
passion. You know?
Exactly. And also it reflects a kind of what? Moral obligation. Now here, the creature is created not just only to live physically in this world, right? But he should carry a kind of moral responsibility. Exactly. Now we are not created like this, I mean in vain, or for no purpose, right? But here again, we have the heart to carry the feelings, to carry the morality, right? And we have the physical appearance. And all of them, I mean, are created in kind of symmetry. Because again, they reflect the Creator Himself. Got
And
it?
this is for a Muslim, like we say, Subhanallah, oh, exalted Allah. Why? Because we are created balanced.
Exactly. Yeah,
So we are
in
created
symmetry.
In a symmetry, you know.
Whatever shape we are, I mean, whatever appearance we look like, but again, it is symmetry. Got it? Okay, to continue. Again, the sinews of thy heart, it twists the sinews of thy heart. It reflects also something majestic about the Creator, that He has that power to twist, to create, to shape that, I mean, creature in that way. Fine? And when thy heart began to beat, again, thy, it refers to the tiger, right? Now, when the heart of the tiger began to beat, I mean, when it starts life, what a dread hand and what a dread feet. Hand and feet for whom?
To create.
You need to explain.
What red hand or what red feet?
Yes.
The creator or the created?
Yeah. And why? If you need to consider it as the Creator's hand and feet.
When, like, you know?
Yeah.
When it is after, like when, you know, you were given the power. So here he started
Now, I
saying-
mean, the creation is done. It is finished, right? And here he mentioned that line, what a dread hand and what a dread feet. And then he continued. You can just also continue reading the third stanza if you need something.
What horrifying creature you
Yeah.
are, in a simple word.
Yeah.
Whose hands he's talking about?
Creation.
Okay.
Creation itself.
Just to reflect the power of the Creator itself.
Okay. What else? Huh? Give me evidence, more evidence. Yes.
Maybe he's referring to the tools that the Creator used to create the tiger.
Okay.
He used his hands and his feet, or he used the hammer and the chain.
I don't know, I see irony.
For what?
The hammer and the chain.
No, she's asking about the hands still.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Now if you go back again, or you go to the what the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain, what the anvil, that or what it did grasp, there its deadly terrors clasp.
So here, like he's questioning about, as you mentioned, the tools. Okay? And when you're questioning about the tools, the assumption that these tools are not any tools. What the hammer? Is it like an ordinary hammer? You know, is it like...
This is what I see. Like, as I said irony because I don't think this is what he actually used. He's just saying like what the hammer, what the chain. Like it's not really something that anybody can.
Okay.
Can use.
Okay. So again, who used the hammer, the chain, the furnace? In our actual life, in our
A blacksmith.
the blacksmith, exactly, the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Now here again we have also two ideas.
This is the most disturbing stanza for me because it makes a lot of critics interpret this like this is the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to tell you now a secret after she finishes explaining it.
Okay, so here again we have the smithy, I mean as a career or something, with the art of creation in the poem. Now as if God is a blacksmith who's going to create something. Now he is creating what here? The tiger. And he is using the same tools of the blacksmith, I mean the hammer, the chain, and the furnace, right?
Supernatural ones. Like supernatural hammers, supernatural chains.
Exactly, but here we can consider them as physical things, right? That you can use or you can see in our ordinary life, right? Okay, anyways.
Yeah, it has to do with the craftsmanship, whatever craftsmanship
Yeah.
is. It's a metonymy of craftsmanship.
Okay, so here, now we have brain and we have heart. So I mean it is a complete creature. Yeah, complete creature. I mean just to complete the image of that a creature. Okay, what the anvil, what the dread. I mean here, what does it mean anvil?
Anvil?
Yeah, and we can just make it equivalent of what here?
Metal or something.
Where you can?
Lean, when you like an ironsmith wants like to
mold,
something,
yeah.
mold something. He needs this,
Yeah.
like anvil, because it's very necessary. Anvil braces things together.
Like a sindan in
Yeah,
Arabic.
it's a
Get
bracer.
it? Yeah.
It's a bracer.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Yeah, bracer.
it goes with what? Symmetry. Because it needs a specific shape. Got it?
Yes.
So here again the anvil is what? The symmetry in the first stanza. Because they need actually a very specific shape. So let's continue. Here the terror, the clasp, the grasp also, it is horror and actually terrifying image. So
Yeah, just like arrow.
Oh.
No, just one arrow. You go up.
yes. So when the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamp make thee? Now here we have stars. Where do you find the stars? Skies.
Heaven.
Okay. Now their spears and watered heaven with their tears. Now they are crying now. They are weeping, right? Why?
Why are they crying, you think?
It is easy.
It's raining.
Yeah,
Rain?
but
Okay, what else?
The angel.
But did we get actually the rain from the stars?
No.
Come on.
The tap.
Huh? They are
They're
crying?
shedding tears.
Why?
Why they were not happy?
Because what? They are afraid from the shape of the tiger. This is my explanation. I don't know. So they are afraid. Now the tiger is finished. I mean the creation of the tiger is done. Right? Now after this, let's say divine. We can consider it as a divine creation since it is done by a divine creator. Right? Now what happened? The result is that the stars are weeping. They are crying from horror and fear. Again from the shape of the tiger. Okay. And watered heaven with their tears. Did he smile his work to see? Now after he is done from that creation. Is he happy with that? I mean, he's asking. Now the stars themselves are crying, they are weeping, and the Creator he's asking, is he smiling? Is he happy with that creation? So, did he who made the lamb make thee? I mean, he cannot, again, absorb the idea that the lamb is created by the same God of the tiger. Got it? So again, we have the lamb, we have the beautiful side of nature, and we have also the tiger, which is considered as the sublime part, I mean the terrifying part.
The stars sound like other poets, like if you have poetry this, like the lamb, something reflecting the lamb, something reflecting the tiger, and the other poets are really marvelous.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now tiger, burning pride, again this is what a refrain, as you know, since he is repeating the same lines he mentioned at the beginning of the poem. In the forests of the night, the same lines, the same, I mean just only one word changed, it is there. Now in the first stanza you have could, and you have here dare. Now dare carries what? A kind of what? Aspiration also. Aspiration for what? More creation. Got it? Now first he could. Could reflects what?
Just the ability.
Ability. Now is he able to do that?
Yeah.
Now he is done. Now, there he, I mean there framed eye, fearful symmetry, I mean that immortal hand or eye, I mean the God himself, the divine power. Dare to create more, like this shape, like this creator, actually creation or a creature. Got it? So I mean this is the whole meaning of the poem.
Yeah, the assumption is like there, the creation required more than ability.
Yeah.
Required more than physical ability.
It needs courage.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means courage, passion,
Yeah.
emotion. Indeed, like you're
Okay. I'm done. I think it is, the time is over almost. So
But I have, can I have?
yeah, okay.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot for your participation.
Thank you, Ms. Ahlam, very much for this insightful interpretation. In fact, I like her interpretation, but it reminded me something like perhaps 11 years ago when Ms. Ahlam was my student, and she during that time I never revealed what the tiger was about, and she was the only student who told me, like who read my mind, and she told me that you remember that the tiger is about the poetic imagination. It's about the creation itself of the poetic, the romantic imagination. She was the only one, and this is part of the interpretation, because next time we are going to explore the poem further to see the many interpretations of the tiger, because honestly I'm disturbed with many critics who narrow the interpretation of the poem, referring to it as the tiger represented the Industrial Revolution. No, I think the tiger represented more than the Industrial Revolution. As you see, the tiger has the good side and the bad side. The tiger is sublime, the tiger is beautiful. So we have to look for things that are assuming the the duality of the tiger. And then if we can reach this, it would be nice. Again, as is the case in the sick crows, we have to consider the oxymoron and the paradoxes here as well. So next time we're going to dive deeper, and I think we will be having a better idea and image of Blake. Thank you very much for listening, and see you next time.